Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, I know you'll be asking where I should be. I've been here, but some stuff's happened, which I'll be making a video for subsequently. But right now, let's go into the theme or the topic of today, or the reason why we're here today. Okay, in today's episode, as I'm going to put it, I'm going to be talking about the behind the scene of your life, the behind the scene of your life, the behind the scene of my life, the behind the scene of life generally. So I'm going to be giving a little illustration, so we're going to be understanding what I am really talking about. So the thing is, before we watch any movie or any production, there's always the behind the scene where there is a setup for the prop, the makeup, the costume, where the actors have to rehearse, just to give us a perfect production at the end. The same thing in life, everybody has that behind the scene, behind the scene where there is no other person watching you. That's a place where you take decisions, habits are being formed, all those stuffs. So basically, behind the scene of everybody's life is basically the most powerful part of everybody's life, because that is where decisions are being made. You get, when the behind the scene of your life is not sketched out properly, you're going to have a problem. In our contemporary world today, where everything seems to be digitalized, and then everybody have it all figured out on social media. Everybody's living your dream life. Everybody looks like there's no problem, like though they are okay, like everything is going on well. Once you scroll on Twitter, Instagram, and you look at people's life, you tend to is anything wrong with me? And then you go online too, and you make it feel like everything is all going on well and the rest. But the truth is, until you walk on the behind the scene of your life, you don't have it figured out. Everybody is presenting the picture perfect version of themselves, but honestly, are we really okay deep down? Are we really have we really sketched out the proper behind the scene of our lives, or are we living our lives to just people please, or we are living our lives to pressure others? No, that is not the goal. So basically, it's in the behind the scene that necessitates the creation of other important factors in our life. When you focus on your behind the scene, you see the need to start working on your personal development. Okay, I have been like this for so long. I want a change. Okay, where do I need to work on this behind the scene? Oh, I'm not eating healthy. Where do I work on it behind the scene? I am not exercising well. I am not being myself, taking in toxic things and a lot of toxic energy, and I need to rebuild myself and get myself. It is all in behind the scene. Statistics have shown that over 280 million people suffer from depression, and 85% of the world population is a result of low self-esteem. Now, all these things are things that need to be worked behind the scene, you get, because even the great men and the great women we have in the world today, when you sit and listen to them behind the scene, you see that some habits they have formed are something they did consciously behind the scene. They just come out and become great overnight. That even the diabolic people, even the people that get rich or get wealthy through diabolic means, they also work behind the scene. Behind the scene is an extremely important factor in everybody's life. I cannot even stress the need, because it is extremely important. If you're behind the scene is not proper, there is a problem, honestly. So the essence of this video is, I want you to sit back and think, how has the behind the scene of my life been? Because seriously, if you masturbate, if you smoke, if you do things that you cannot come out, or you're into pornography, or you steal, or you gossip, or you're envious, you see that all these things are from behind the scene. You get, all those habits, you form them behind the scene. And when you're on your own, you struggle. Yes, that is how we are being, crafted. I know we're all humans and we have flaws, but that is why you should not add to your flaws by adding to the flaws you already have. So working on behind the scene is something that every youth, every grown up needs to do. And as youths, because I'm a youth, teenagers, youth, you tend to understand that your teenage age and your youth into adulthood is a really difficult stage where you need to really invest in the behind the scene of your life. This is because it molds you, it shapes you. You're better advantaged than the other person because you have seen the need to actually invest in the behind the scene while the other person is just living the life. For crying out loud, we come home every night, we cry to ourselves, we think beyond the fake life, beyond the this is what I have to present to the world. Who are you? Who have you developed yourself to be? And then another thing is you need to connect to your source energy. Everything has a source energy. I'm human and my source energy is God. And if when I am disconnected from God, my whole life is in shambles, it's shaking. The grace speaks for me, but it's not as when I wake up each day and draw from my natural energy, from my natural source, because it creates the necessity for me. It reminds me, the Holy Spirit reminds me each day that you need to live your potential. You need to be who you are called for. How do I need to do that? I work that behind the scene. You get, that is the work I put behind the scene. There's a necessity to live my life, to live my purpose, to serve others as I have been called. But then how do I live my purpose? That is by, fixing my behind the scene. So this is a call. This is a call to realization that you really need to work on your behind the scene. You really need to, develop yourself personally, work on your personal development, take your behind the scene very serious. The world today is so toxic that you don't need that energy. You need to focus on yourself, and that is where introverts have a better edge over other extroverts and the rest. That is because they're already used to staying alone. They're already used to enjoying their own company. But what makes you a better introvert is when you say, okay, I enjoy, okay, how do I need to invest in myself? How do I work behind that scene? You get. So every great man knows that in being who you're called to be, in being great, in being that person you're called to be, you need to work on behind the scene. I know somebody sitting down there asking why she never blew. Oh, don't worry, very soon, in a short while. So yeah, I don't want to bore you with inspirational talk because I also know how it feels to be listening to inspirational talk. Sometimes it seems boring, but this is your life you're talking about. So we have a short span of life, whether long or short. We have a short duration, whether you live 100 years or you live 20 years. The essence of living is serving, is making yourself relevant in the society. So you have to take your life seriously, extremely seriously, because if you fail to live your purpose, you're just going to live your life wishing you're the other person. And then I know there's this fake it till you make it, but for how long? Beyond the hairs, beyond the outing, how much do you have in your account? How much value are you worth? How much have you invested in yourself, your vocabulary? How much book have you read? How have you exercised? Are you eating healthy? All these things are going to tell in the future. Whatever investment you do right now is going to tell in the future. And the greatest investment you can ever do is investing in yourself. How can you invest in yourself? Reading books, following up, top people there, and learning what they do that can make you you. If you want to, basically anything you want to be is done in the behind the scene. If you want to be a great person, behind the scene. You want to work on your self-esteem, behind the scene. You want to create a deeper relationship with the Holy Spirit, behind the scene. You want to connect to your source energy, behind the scene. You want to be a scholar. You want to be the best in your class. You want to be outstanding. You want to gain wealth. You want everything is done behind the scene. There's no easy thing that lasts, honestly. So you have to start now to start grooming yourself, because whatever is being acquired cheaply or shortly does not last. You don't know the value. But then when you invest in yourself, you see, it takes a longer span. You want your finances to grow. You read books on finances. You listen to, documentaries on financial literacy or building. You follow people that you know that are there. You get, so all these things are done behind the scene. Let it not be that here I am showing the world that I am all perfect, and behind the scene I am dying. No, it doesn't make sense. It is your life. It is your responsibility. You account for your life. You account for how well you spent it. And then let me just leave this as a concluding message. You are a model to many, whether you know it or whether you're aware of the fact or not. You are a model to so many people, whether they come to you or not. So your life is like a message to them. You have to be like deliberate. You have to be intentional about your life. You have to live your life. You have to be disciplined about your behind the scene. I like to take Bishop Oyedepo's definition of discipline. We say that discipline is subjecting yourself in order to stand out. You cannot really acquire the behind the scene of your life if you do not discipline yourself, if you do not subject yourself. That is the only way you'll be able to stand out. So again, I'd also recommend that you just, is there any movie you really like? Just search on YouTube what the behind the scene looks like. Look into the work they put into that production and do the same. Thank you for following up through this time. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I promise you, if you keep to this channel for the next 6 months, you're going to see changes in your life. Do not forget to also click on the notification button and the like button. If you found this really insightful, please drop your comments and please share to your friends, share to your loved ones. They need to see this video. Thank you so much for staying true. I am here to serve you, and thank you for supporting me. Thank you so much. See you next time.